still lying to you, like that's not something that you're gonna, you're gonna start doing different things, and you're gonna see
Yeah.
other
Yeah,
like things that's gonna guide you in the right direction. Because nobody,
because
I don't think anybody wants to be just, you know, in limbo and just, wondering and shit. Sometimes the once you can get a good enough crowd that agrees with you, you can have some peace. But
Well, leaders are fewer. Leaders are not
so
in. They're not the crowd. Followers are the crowd. Followers have a bunch of people around them. And,
well,
and it,
is
that's what they need. They need that somebody to tell them, that they are, you know, they don't have confidence.
so you do
So
you
they're.
think that Brand is shooting for leader?
I don't get that question.
Like, do you think that he's really trying to, be the leader of these millions of people that come listen to him?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that
Okay.
the reason why people have to keep going back, what we're talking about here is that people keep coming back. They need that reassurance because they're a part of the crowd. They're not leaders. You get what I'm saying? The other
Okay.
side, the folks that come to the conclusions that they're sure about certain things and they want standing on their principles, regardless of what the crowd is doing, then those people are leaders. So they're fewer.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Okay.
the point I'm making.
But because he does have he has reached to people, because he has a valid point of view that obviously, the people are, seeking out. They've sought out these things that their algorithm is leading them to this type of message. So if she's picking him for whatever reason. I don't know if she's, English or whatever from wherever he's from, and she's just picking on him because it's a good topic and something that's going to get her views. You know what I'm saying? Like, the whole idea that, she's out here trying to tell you about this person who's telling, has this, whatever, like that has to be looked at too. But, you know,
Let me play a little bit more because I want to move on.
That's bad for engagement. Conspiracy theories give grifters like Brand a way to keep making money. First, you scare your audience.
global agenda, the relationship between governments, big business, and a corrupt media are able to crush any dissent.
Then you keep them loyal. Only I can be trusted because everyone else is lying to you.
You have to find figures like me that you trust in media and get your information from them.
Brand's videos will often hammer this message home with titles like, "We predicted this," and "We saw this coming," and "We knew it." And then, once you've got them loyal to you, you charge them. Give me money so I can keep exposing the truth. All those other sources, they'll lie to you. But I would never do that because I love you.
I love you, and so if you believe in free speech, standing up to power, refusing to believe their lies, and finding new truths together, then join my Awakened Wonders community.
Money, please.
In 2022, Brand launched a locals community where fans could pay $60 a year to talk to each other and see some extra videos of him.
Click that red button now and join our movement. Bathe in the rapture. Become an Awakened Wonder today. And people say this is like a cult.
They sure do. And to be fair, he's not the first cult leader to do this. In fact, Brand's conspiracy shtick is almost identical to what another conspiracy theorist has been doing for the last 20 years, Alex Jones.
I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay.
Like Brand, Jones built himself as an anti-establishment free thinker.
They just want to extinguish thinkers because it's like a big bright light in a room of vampires. They don't like it.
Like Brand, he used conspiracy theories to keep his viewers loyal to him.
Folks, I've been told this by high up folks. They say, listen, Obama and Hillary both smell like sulfur.
And like Brand, he used that loyalty to make money, selling everything from nutritional supplements to doomsday prep supplies.
It's an investment in freedom and fight the globalists, and we need the funds desperately.
At one point in 2018, Jones's show was making $800,000
So
a
now
day.
she's
Do you
switching
have
to.
any idea how much $800,000 a day is? I don't. Like, what is that number? As the New York Times reported, Jones's fundamental insight was that his audience is also a nearly captive market for the goods he peddles, products intended to assuage the same fears he stokes.
This is do or die time. If you want to keep us on air, they are trying to silence you. They're trying to take down the leading voice of resistance.
But while Jones and Brand may be using the same shtick, there's one big difference between them. See, Alex Jones had to build his conspiracy empire from the ground up.
Well, I can assure you, I don't make any money off public access.
In 1999, Jones got fired from his local radio station for being a wacko, and he had to start broadcasting his radio show independently from his own house. Anytime he dabbled in conspiracy theories, he'd get yeeted by a bunch of radio stations, making it harder to reach new audiences. He was a fringe outlier, and it took him decades in obscurity before he got enough attention to break into the mainstream. But now, we're in the golden age of grifters, baby. Thanks to YouTube, Brand was making an estimated $2,000 to $4,000 per video, posting every day. That's up to $1.46 million a year in YouTube alone. At the end of 2022, Brand used his YouTube channel to announce he was moving to Rumble, a right-wing video platform that's riddled with QAnon and anti-vax conspiracy theorists.
We have had to move to Rumble to assure that we are not censored further. We would prefer you joined us on Rumble.
He got an exclusive deal with Rumble, producing a show called Stay Free, which is ironic considering how often he uses it to beg for money.
We need you with us now more than ever.
Brand is airing his comedy special, Brandemic, directly on Locals, which is a crowdfunding site for free speech proponents who've been banned from Patreon that's owned by, oh, would you look at that, Rumble. And while he still posts on YouTube, he mainly uses it to steer fans towards platforms where he can charge them money. If conspiracy theorists can keep some form of presence on a mainstream platform, they will, because they understand that the purpose of that is to reach new audiences. They will use alt-tech platforms for more extreme content, speaking to a harder audience.
Join us on Rumble every single day.
This is the new reality of the free-thinking grift economy. Conspiracy theorists like Alex Jones used to have to worry about going too far and losing access to mainstream platforms, but now they don't need them. Like Brand, Jones is now broadcasting a show on Rumble. Joe Rogan has the biggest podcast on Spotify. Tucker Carlson gets millions of views on Twitter. And there are dozens of popular conspiracy theory channels on YouTube. These grifters are constantly cross-pollinating. Tucker goes on Brand's show, then Brand goes on Rogan, then Rogan goes on Jones, and Jones uses his show to direct his viewers back to Tucker.
Very
So is
proud of
she
you,
trying to
Tucker
talk
Anderson.
shit about? Is she upset that people are, free thinking? Because I mean, this is kind of like what it sounds like. Because I mean, she's using her voice to try to tell people that they shouldn't listen to these other people because of how they're using them, so that she can probably start to use them and guide their thinking in a different direction. I mean,
No,
that
she's pointing to the reality of the grifting,
I,
that these people, all they care about is making money. Like the truth is all the way beside the point, Making money is the end all to be all. That's the
where's the
point of
proof in that
everything.
though? Where's the proof in that? Like, I
She
mean,
just
are we? No, that's she's giving examples of things that's not proof. An example is not proof.
I mean, you can never.
Because they're making money does not mean that that's all they care about.
Well, you can never know what somebody truly cares about. I mean, like, how can you prove what somebody truly cares about?
So don't try to tell people what they don't try to make that point then. If you can't, then don't do it.
There's evidence that points in that direction, giving his arc with his
But
history,
you
and that's the
just
point
said,
of
but
it.
that's something that regardless you can never know for sure. And okay, you can present your evidence, but at the same time, like, it proves nothing because at this, somebody who believes in something and they want to support it, like now they're bad because they are supporting this guy and they like in large numbers, because it's like, okay, oh, you know what, I got too successful, let me stop. Who does that? I
It's
made too much money last year. I gotta cap myself because I'm gonna become bad because I got all of this money. Like
Let me read some
that's
comments. It says, he told us capitalism was horrible. Now he's proving it. Boom. It's like the capitalism is the reason why our products are trash. It's the reason why he's making trash content because it makes him money. So that's the point.
Have you ever lived in any other kind of system to be able to say that this? Because I mean, I don't know. I still see, even in the worst economy that America has seen, maybe in life, but there's still people flooding here. Hmm, a bit
Yeah,
strange.
well, the way the system works is just funnels the money into the few and it take advantage of the many. It's a slavery monetary system is what it is.
Well,
And
I
the
think
reason why the other
they've
countries are flooding here is because the United States goes and destroys their countries.
so a lot of the things that they talk about, that we people the same conversations that you just like things like that that you just mentioned is what those people that she just spent her last, I don't know, however long time, or 30 minutes talking about that very thing. Like the things that they're doing, the backhanded stuff, the lies, and of course we got to call them conspiracy theories because there's never enough evidence to really fully prove it. But either you're on the side that okay, this is highly possible, or you're a freak for believing something that like that at all. And then like the speaking about being cultish, I mean Christianity is cultish. Like I mean like it's you got to realize what these words really mean. Like you're trying to pervert something that's not, like being a part of a cult doesn't necessarily mean being bad. It can be, but just like anything, you can pervert it and make it bad. But some cults are good. You can be cultish and it's okay.
Yeah, I mean I can agree with you overall, but I don't agree that Christianity is, you know,
Bro.
good. You know, let me read
Well,
some more.
but no, no, but what I'm saying is some of the most respected ideologies are began by cults, cultism.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of cults out there. I would say that the way we look at science in a lot of ways is a cult. Let me read another
Yeah,
comment.
I mean, yeah, the whole idea about, all right, go ahead, continue.
Let me read this. It says Brand isn't a free thinker. He's a performer who is adapting his act to whatever he thinks will make him the most money. Excellent point. Boom. Another one, it says Brand reminds me of the Groucho Marx joke where Groucho says, "Here are my principles, and if you don't like these, I have others."
Well, I'm gonna tell you, because I mean, I'm not at the point of saying it's impossible that okay, they're purposely trying to play people just so they can get paid. It's possible. Do I believe it? No, not really. I really believe that they have, this is something that they have really taken up to be in their belief, and like you got to really like you can't just look at these things at just a glance and different little things that they put together. Like we already know how they play people with media. Like like I sent you the video months ago, probably almost a year ago now, of how like all of the mainstream media is in cahoots with how they're programming you. And because we've been offered something different, like the world is actually changing. We actually have more people that's willing to stand up and do things differently within their own home, within their like talking to different people. I mean, there's some people that's going to shut you out, but that's mostly because of fear. Like that's like if you're susceptible to the fear thing, because just because somebody's telling you that they're you know, the truth about human trafficking and they're stealing your babies, they're doing this and blah blah blah, that's not necessarily like a fear tactic. That's somebody telling you the truth. Now, somebody trying to tell you that aliens are coming to get you and they got to protect you, that sounds more like, you know, and they trying to get over on you right there. Like, because if they're coming to get you, I mean, I don't think they're gonna be able to save you. I mean,
But
I'm just saying.
for grifts to work, they have to be believable.
Well, for grifts, see, but all right, of course they have to be believable, but at the same time, there's things that, all right, we don't get full. All right, we don't know what the CIA is doing all the time, but we know that we have enough evidence in places of things that has happened that they have been a part of, and where they probably ruined most of the world because of their efforts to control the world. And we even, like, I mean, some of us see it, some of us don't see the whole thing of how they, because Trump just being a president, like, because of his divisional thoughts on some of these things, and actually, what I feel to be trying to protect people, or even himself, his children, like people that he cares about in this country. Like, some people feel like, oh, they don't see that part. They see something totally different because of the perspective that they see it from. So
If you want
that's
to
which is
poison,
but that
somebody, the lie is the poison. You make a sandwich. You put you put truth on. You put the lie in the middle, and you put truth on
around
the
it.
outside of it. So it's like, you know, the poison that you
But
feed, like rat poison,
mhm.
99.9% of it is like oats or
but
whatever. It's like something that they really like, and it's only 0.01% of it that's poison. The
but
only way
no,
to get them to eat it is that it has stuff that they really want to eat in it, and
but listen,
you slide the
why
poison in there.
let me ask you this. Why is it like, all right, let's just say, we street dudes, and the person who's selling the most drugs and this, that, and the other, he's the real dude, and the person who, like the rat, the person who's the informant, he's the piece of shit. And that's because he goes out and does the exact same thing, but he doesn't live by the code. He doesn't uh he's willing to rat on you. He's willing to turn state's evidence on you. He's willing to go out and be the lie. He's willing to, what I'm saying, he's like acting as if he's a part of you and he's one of you. Like, he's the piece of shit because he's not keeping it real. So when you have somebody that's saying, hey, look what this guy's doing, but he's doing the exact same thing, like, you don't see where that's like, because that's how I see, what's going on with the whole Trump thing. Like, none of them are separate from doing any of the bullshit that Trump has done. None of them. But they're right now trying to put him away because they can.
Mhm.
He's done, like, I mean, I'm not saying he, like, because I believe that a lot of stuff that, yeah, he probably did it, but they've done just as much, if not more. Why nobody else has to go to jail? That's
You,
because you're not playing along with their system that they're trying to implement against the people.
because he got caught. He drew attention to himself. You get pulled
No,
over for speeding, and the police officer pulls you over, and you're like, "Those other people were speeding. Look, somebody just speeded by right
all right,
now. I
all
don't
right,
have them. I have you." So
all
that
right.
is
No, no, no,
totally
no, 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 no,
beside the
no, no, no,
point.
no. That's the bullshit. That's bullshit. Because you're still trying to
You can't.
ignore. At the same time, you're ignoring that there was a bunch of speeders along with him. You picked this one. Like, he was running along in traffic with somebody else, and with other people. But no, I got you.
So
I
then the cops should
decided.
let
I
him
decided.
go because the other people were speeding too. That's your logic.
Well, to some extent, yes. I am. That is my logic because there's people who has done worse crimes than Trump that is living free and comfortable, and they're able to just deal with their God and how the God is going to judge them, and they're trying to judge him. The same stuff, like actually worse things. So that's
Let me
that's
read
the
it.
part that's the part that I don't get with because like it's bullshit.
Let me read a couple more comments here. It says, "Seeing Gutfield diss him and then praise him was all I need to know." Another one, it says, "Grifting is Russell Brand's new drug of choice." It says, "Russell Brand is basically Alex Jones cosplaying as a hobo." Another one, it says, "Excellent. I was so disappointed to see Brand slide knowingly down the wingnut rabbit hole. I'm glad someone is shining a light on his scam."
Well,
Oh, yeah. Ultimately, I'm
this
very
is
disappointed
this
in
is
Russell Brand,
great.
and I haven't been watching his stuff in a while.
But do you see like how like the very thing that they're saying that he is doing, they're doing it and trying to use it against him.
Who is they? I don't get what you're saying.
This this girl, like, and then the crowd that's listening to it, just like how you're saying that the whole this is the opposite side, but they're trying to talk the negative about what they're doing, like the same thing that they're saying, that the negative things that you're saying that Brand picks up and starts saying about the right, I mean the left, and now he's a right winger, or he's a grifter because with no proof that he's just doing this only to get paid, but you know. However, this girl, she's not looking to get paid. She's doing this solely for our benefit so that we can learn from her. We can listen to her and like, hey, I love you. I'm really looking out for you. Like, I have to expose this guy because I care.
Yeah. Well, this video randomly showed up on my timeline, but I was already thinking
Because
Brand,
that's in your
and
this is the type of
and
shit
I
that's in your
hadn't
algorithm.
I hadn't watched his videos in a while, and his thumbnails and titles have been making me feel sick to my stomach. So that's just what it is.
Oh, you want some
I'm just
Pepto?
saying, it's very disappointing.
You need
I'm a
some
fan of
Pepto.
this
You want?
guy.
Let me get you some pink stuff. I might be able to get you some generic brands. I'll get you some Equate pink stuff.
An educated and united public cannot be controlled. Get organized.
Learn to be active. Is so like the name of the show is How We Got Here and the significance of the courts. So I want to start